What if I were to suggest that you play a key role in the awakening world? And that you are watching this because you have heard the call. We can start right now by opening our hearts and minds. Welcome to the awakening world.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Sacred Sunday Show. I am Love Coach Scott Catamas, and welcome. I see a lot of our favorite people that are here with us, a lot of our beloved friends. There's Jeffrey and Eleanor Joy, so I know we're going to have some good dancing. Get on your dancing shoes, Eleanor Joy and Jeffrey, who lead the dance, because Omashar is going to be with us in just a moment, playing some music. I am coming to you live from the Conscious Life Expo, and we've got several friends that have been invited, and they're going to pop up here and make it up here hopefully soon. And we've got Jay Mayer, More Light Touch, and Wisdom Jewels. Do you remember the Wisdom Jewels? We've got Wisdom Jewels returning today. Now, for those of you who are watching on Facebook, and I want to acknowledge all the wonderful Facebook groups and pages that carry us. Thank you, John and Summer Raymer, for that. So if you're watching us on Facebook or on Alan Steinfeld's YouTube channel, that's cool. But come on into the Zoom room. In fact, I invite you, join the Global Peace Tribe. Now, I'm coming to you right now from the Conscious Life Expo, but right behind me, there we are. We're the Global Peace Tribe. And we are an ever-growing group of people truly from all over the world. And I want to invite you to join us. And it's really easy to do that. Just go to globalpeacetribe.com, globalpeacetribe.com, click register for the new season. And when you do that, it's going to take you to our registration page. We do 3 or more shows every week, and they're all original. They all are bringing you incredible guests and information and music. I've met so many people here at the Expo that I can't wait to put on the show. So that's going to keep me busy this afternoon. This afternoon, continuing to book them, but throughout the spring. And these are some of your amazing guests. Tangila's going to join us. Krista's going to join us a little bit later today. And this is an example of the shows that we do. On Wednesday night, we had a whole show on quantum manifestation, how to attract all the love that you want, all sorts of forms of love. And then, of course, I'm coming to you from the Expo today, and also last night. So also what happens is when you register, you're going to get the links to all of our recordings so you can catch the shows you might have missed. So join the Global Peace Tribe. And thank you to all the people that are in our Zoom room already. So many beloveds that are here almost every show. We've really become quite a family. So come join the family. All right. One of the most wonderful parts of our family is Omashar. He's my co-pilot. He's here for every show, and he always gets us off to a wonderful start with his music. Happy Sacred Sunday, my friend.
Happy Sacred Sunday from the pyramids of Colorado, and it's so wonderful to feel the energy beaming in from the Conscious Life Expo. You can feel it right now, and you know, as we focus our attention on you and what's happening there, I just feel enlivened. And so I have a song here which I'll start us off with, called "Completely Free," and it's completely free. Because it is. All right. That's that. And here we go. Whoa. 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 I have been waiting for so long, and yes, I have faltered. Flickering faith I've had in you. Whoa. Now that I see the greater plan, I know you've been watching, silently present, cheering me on. Through my pain I've grown so strong, and though my heart's been broken and friendships they have crumbled, I do it all again. And yes, I did it all for you. I knew that you'd come through. La 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 la. I open the door inside my heart. There is a radiant presence telling me this is where I start. Whoa, shining light, please lead me home, for I know you never left me, and that I have never walked alone. And now I am ready for your essence to be fully merged with my life, and I'm ready for the changes that are required of me to be completely free. With your light I can see. La 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 la.
Thank you, Conscious Life Expo. Hey, Antoinette.
Look who's here. Actually, now I need
All right,
to.
awesome. Just arriving on my screen as I'm playing is like, wow, far out. And Kimberly.
So, here I am with two amazing women, Kimberly Meredith and Antoinette Hall. And you get to see our hotel room.
Lovely.
What a wonderful song, Omashar. Thank you so much for that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and let me
Completely
add,
free, which we are.
we are. And thank you, Eleanor Joy and Reverend Jeffrey. You know, Antoinette arrived just as I had started. I put up Eleanor Joy, and then I got talking to them, and then I realized it was just Eleanor Joy dancing and Omashar playing music there for a little bit. So
It was perfect.
and as you can see, other friends are arriving. There's
As always, it's Tangela.
Tangela.
Namaste.
You know, Antoinette.
Of course.
And Kimberly Meredith.
Da-da-da.
It's great to see everybody in person finally.
Isn't this something? So, all right, well. Welcome and welcome to the Awakening World. You're live on with all of our guests.
Awakening world.
I want this filter. Look at my face.
I know. I know. We all look gorgeous. So it's the
Yes.
Conscious Life Expo. And we're all just resonating in each other's energy, right?
High vibes.
Super high
High
vibe.
And you are gorgeous.
The energy of the room of this hotel is on fire right now. It's so lit up right now.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Now, I see a couple of friends. This is my friend Lumina, long time beloved. And then who's this lady here?
Crystal.
Hi, Crystal, welcome.
Hi, Awakening World.
So this is, oh, we just had a Omashar song.
He was
Right. Of
Oh,
course.
Thank you.
Yeah, give us a few minutes. Yeah, make yourselves comfortable. And I wanted to start with Kimberly. Because Kimberly Meredith, you've seen her on the show a few times. What's it like for you being as empathic as you are with thousands of people downstairs? And how is that for you?
It's interesting. You know, I've been here for a few years now, and I've gotten more used to it. At first, when I first had my awakening, it was a little more difficult, you know, walking through the crowds, and I used to wear like a little beanie hat on to kind of keep myself more focused. But you know, now as the years have gone, I'm really used to it. Yeah, so but I love it, you know, because I'm a psychic medium, trance medium, I can see the spirit, the angels, the guides all around people. So I really am more grounded now, so I can get used to it. Yeah, but I love it. I love it.
And then Antoinette is a virgin. Well,
Yeah.
at least as relates to the Conscious Life Expo.
Yes.
How was it for you first time here?
Okay, so this is the weird thing. So Neil, we know Neil from like, I saw an email from many years ago, where Neil was asking that he coming to one of Pato's birthday parties
Right?
many years ago. So we know Neil from many years ago, I guess probably through the Urantia movement, but I'd never been to, I've always gotten the invitations, but this time we really wanted to come because I came here for healing purposes. Everything that was leading, you know, especially the last month, you know, ever since I started on this journey and this path during the whole year, but especially during the last month, I was like, all the videos and everything turned me right back over to here.
Mm.
You
Well,
know,
now here's the amazing thing. You didn't know that Kimberly was going to be here.
no,
And she happens to be like the leading medical intuitive.
I would love
So
to
let's,
know
you and I,
that.
let's flip
Okay.
seats. Let's change seats.
Yeah, because
And-
I got some stuff that I don't know.
And
I was
Kimberly,
wish
do
you
you
could be there.
mind tuning into Antoinette? Sharing anything you might see? Are you comfortable with that?
So you want me to do a reading?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is very spontaneous.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know we were doing that.
We're open for everything.
Yeah, so basically, I guess it's picking up something off of you intuitively. Going more like down into your abdomen area. Like, I don't know if you have any stomach issues going on, but they're kind of picking up on that. And then also, they're kind of talking about stomach, and my guides are telling me something about, if you want to take a couple breaths, knees, maybe you've had some kind of joint issues too. You know, you can say yes or no about that. Could have been in the past even. But they are going also up into your mouth too, like, I don't know. around that. Over here on the side of your jaw. And they're also going, you can say yes or no, any of that stuff. And they're also talking about, once again, they're going around the belly, your stomach, indigestion, sort of. Maybe it's the food here. But they are saying something, you say yes or no if you know anything about that. They are saying in your joints, something about your joints, my guides are saying. They are saying something about around the mouth again. They want to go, the guides are just saying mouth and maybe thyroid even. A little close, so let me just look. I do my scanning like that. Did you ever have any hip issue, back issues? They are talking about that. But they are talking about, once again, when I go across to you, this may be something you don't even know about, but they are going over around something with your leg and your circulation to the left side, going down the whole side of your left leg.
I've heard stuff about my left leg and the meridian and
Yeah,
the breast.
yeah, it's all on the left side. Do you want to back up a little bit because you're kind of close to me to do a reading? Are you having help? Yeah, because they are saying something about your lung, and they are going down again into your left quadrant, which is around your stomach area again and your spleen. And the guides are telling me something about. Do you want to give us anything? You want to tell me anything?
Oh, well, I was diagnosed with breast cancer like
Yeah, they're
2
going
years
over
ago.
to the
Mhm.
breast on the left side over and over again. And then they're also kind of going left and right. But they are going, it's coming from the stomach. So
And they
do you want to
seem-
go into that?
maybe gut issues, because everything always stems from diseases stem from the gut issues, liver, kidneys.
Cancer doesn't surprise me because the number coming up is linked to cancer that I keep getting. But they're also telling me it came from the stomach, the cancer,
Really?
the root of it.
Wow.
Was there something you had trouble digesting? Not by
Um,
food, but like
And
energetic.
also they're telling me real quick that it also came from hormones, a
Mhm.
hormone imbalance.
Yes.
And that is coming from the uterus. And also it stemmed from something of the circulation, why I keep going to the left side of the body. And then they're coming up to the mouth. So what happens to your mouth? Are the guys going after your mouth so much? So this is a long conversation to do like right now on here, but they're also talking about fluoride and water and all that type of stuff. So when were you diagnosed with cancer?
2021, November.
Yeah,
We
so
found the
quite a
lump
while.
in July of 2021. But fluoride, I don't do fluoride because I believe that blocks the pineal gland. So we don't do the fluoride stuff at all.
Yeah.
Definitely the left side. I mean, I've heard that before. People have told me definitely hormonal imbalance. After the last test last year is 100% testosterone, no
Yeah.
estrogen.
Yeah, and what are they doing for it? What are you doing
What
for it?
I'm doing for it is I'm doing all natural alternative healings. So that's another reason why I'm here, is because all the things that I started doing last year, which was cannabis, because we know 28 receptors in the body. It's like it is God's medicine. It is there to heal you, to help you. Diet change, lifestyle change, a lot of different things, just cleaning up, a lot of different things. But what I was finding out was the spiritual connection was the missing part. I think of all the other stuff was like, as far as the protocol was going, like eat this, don't eat that, drink this, drink that, take this morning, noon, night, and whatever. But finding the root cause, it wasn't until more recently that that led me here and into the spiritual connection, into the meditations, into the prayer, into finding what was happening inside. And that's why I brought my healers with me too,
My
to the
question
extra.
is to you, that are you 100% healed?
Well, I'm saying that I am, but until because that's what I have to do in order to heal myself. If I'm going to sit there and think that I'm not healed, I don't believe that I will.
So
I will always be fighting.
yeah, I'm intuitive medium healer. My office is in Encino. You're more than welcome to come over there if you like. I don't know where you live.
I live in Lake Elsinore.
Okay, not too far.
Yeah.
My guides are saying there's probably other things that you can do that might could be helpful for you. I don't know how long, we have here on camera, but you're more than likely, if you want to come visit me, there's a lot more things that my guides would tell you. There's a lot other people involved in this on the other side that have crossed over, that are involved in the situation too. But there's 100% more things going on that would be helpful for you to do. A lot of things that go on with breast cancers and other types of cancers are not just emotional, they're environmental. And so that's why the guides are saying in my book called Awakening to the Fifth Dimension, Discovering Your Soul's Path to Healing, we go into talk about not only food and supplements, but environmental pollution. That's why when I'm looking through your body right now, they're going around your teeth, the gums, the guides, all the guides that come into me, they're saying your thyroid, your lung, your abdomen, the circulation, and going, so like all along that. They're also talking to somebody on the other side that's crossed over, that's passed away, that's coming in and wanting to communicate and be with you through this journey. They're with you, they're like a soulmate, they're connected to you, they're with you like 7 days a week, and they want to be there to comfort you and guide you and with the journey of the healing. So they're with you right now. Also, this is a person that's a woman, sort of like a motherly woman, a grandmother type feeling, that's with you to help you. That's with you, guiding you on your healing path. So anyway, I'm here for you if you want to ever come visit me. And we could get further into that.
Thank you.
Who wants to be with you and guide you on that stuff. And now when I talk about water, I'm talking about certain types of water, and this is like an hour conversation. And also foods and different types of things like that. And still keeping the same team that you're working with. The guys are telling me, as you can see, I'm blinking, they can't see it, but they're saying keeping your team, and then we add with my team and how to make this like really cool plan.
My team is awesome. A lot of them are here today.
So we're just having
really
this beautiful
appreciate
conversation
This
together.
spontaneous
Thank you.
brief one. I've got so many guests I got to introduce.
Yeah.
But Kimberly Meredith, as you can see, is amazing. She's in Encino. She's also written a wonderful, wonderful book. And I will, when I'm able to access my computer, I will show you a book and your
Yeah,
website.
and we're also healers, so we're giving you healing right now too. So thank you.
And
Thank
I
you.
want to invite the whole, I'm going to go to gallery view for a minute, and I'm going to invite our friends. Let's all send maximum grace to our beloved friend Antoinette, because we love Antoinette. We love this woman. So gonna go to gallery view. Everybody give her maximum grace. I'll go back to speaker view. There we go. There we go. So maximum grace for Antoinette.
Thank you.
Maximum grace for
Absolutely.
Antoinette. And we're all going to be with Antoinette. Those of you who come down for the Global Peace Tribe Retreat, we're going to start it off, on Tuesday is the big event that Ben Bowler's put together with Pato and Antoinette and Kristen Hoffman. That's on Tuesday, March 28th. On Wednesday, we're going to go visit Pato and Antoinette's land. And then the Global Peace Tribe Retreat starts on Thursday. Kimberly's going to come to that sometime over the weekend. We're going to have Shri and Kira. It's going to be very special. So we want you to be in radiant health when we go to your land.
I'm telling you, it's healing. It's healing land. That's one of the things that I found out was like every day that I go out hiking onto the land, I don't have any issues, symptoms, or other things. It is
Yeah.
so full of life. We were out there shooting yesterday. I cannot wait to show you guys. You guys will just feel so alive and feel so energetic. It's just amazing. And when they bless, when Sri and Kira come and bless the land, I have a video. So I'm going to send you the video because I'm trying to figure out like where they want to actually do the blessing. Can you guys hike? Can you guys get up to the mountaintop, or are we going to have to do it someplace where
Because it's in a dimension, it's a high
Yes.
dimensional frequency where you're calling in that probably sacred divine feminine Mary, like
Yeah.
the Virgin Mary, and then you can be healed. It's easy.
And I will be with Antoinette at her concert on Thursday. No, Friday night, Friday
Friday
night, the
night.
17th.
Mhm.
I'll be at a concert for anybody in Southern California. You should come because it's not too far, up in Roanoke Park in Sonoma County.
Mm.
So I need to bring up my next two guests.
Okay, okay.
Thank you
Right.
both so much. Hang out, stay. chill.
I'm gonna be here for the day, so we're
All right,
just simply gonna be.
I will see you later.
Thank you, yes.
And Kelly, I'd love you to meet Lumina. And I'm gonna bring on Tangela and Krista.
Let's get the healing with Twin Ray.
Okay, yeah, oh, good.
Yes.
Good. And they'll. Here come Tangela and Krista. Great, have a seat.
In the middle or here?
Right over here.
Thank
Squeeze
you.
everybody in. We'll have to tight and close. It's soul search time. Hold on, soul searching. And so, of course, Tangela is the founder of Soul Search. I met Krista through Soul Search, and you two are like two of my favorite co-hosts. I love co-hosting with both of you.
Oh,
Okay, now what's it like being at the expo? What are some highlights of both of you?
oh my goodness, the expo has been amazing. We have a great booth downstairs.
Yeah.
So we've been just meeting with so many people throughout the expo, exhibitors, the speakers, everyone coming in. If they're already members of Soul Search, they're coming and connecting with us, chatting, doing interviews. And we have so many new community members joining, just saying they're so excited about connecting. Because, we have a lot of people coming from a small town. I don't have other people I'm going through this awakening process. I don't have anyone to connect with. So I'm so excited to have, this place to be connecting and finding community, spiritual community. So it's been so fun. And I moderated the Twin Flame Soulmate panel.
There's called the Twin Flame.
Soulmate panel yesterday with the Twin Ray, Queen of
Velasco, I love her.
Gail Thackeray, Salima Adelstein, and Karen Reese, the celebrity medium. And that was amazing. It was very profound.
Wasn't that amazing to moderate with all those people?
Yes, it was profound. Incredible connections just around soulmates, twin flames, like finding self-love, finding self-love first and foremost, connecting to the divine, the love, lover, and beloved. And then also people were able to ask their own personal questions about finding their soulmate and finding their twin flame.
And now what's one thing that stood out for you? Like, is that, I know a lot of people are always wondering about that. So what's your...
Well, I think, one of the things I think that all of the speakers spoke about is that our society is like so focused on finding the one, finding the one in terms of a romantic love, but the one is our beloved, the divine. And the focus is when we focus on connecting with the one, which is our divine source, energy, creator, God, goddess, universe, first and foremost through ourselves, then we open ourselves up to our connection with a romantic partner and with our soul family.
There it is. That is such an important teaching, right? Absolutely. The eternal beloved, as we may call it.
Exactly, the eternal beloved. And so each one of us, when we remember that we are the lover, and we are connected with our beloved, we are the love, lover, and the beloved. And just, having that constant connection and remembrance of ourselves as the divine and our own connection to the divine, and opens ourselves up to all forms of connection, the divine. So it was a really profound panel.
Crystal,
beautiful.
What has stood out for you? Tell us about your experience here.
Wow. So it's my first experience at the new
Conscious
Life Expo.
So you're virtual.
I am. Yeah.
Me
So
too.
I've known about it for several years, but obviously, I wasn't living near here in the past. So I just had to, it was travel. So this was really convenient. It was just really in my path. And I also find it this year that so many of the people that I've met in the past 2 years during the pandemic, whether it's through Soul Search or other communities that, we aren't alone. And here we are all together. So, and I think that's so beautiful to experience and just to see everyone, shining in their own light and, stepping into, their divine gifts and their purpose, and everyone supporting each other is so beautiful too.
I know that you have been helping people learn about this.
Yes. Yeah, I've been actually representing this incredible high conscious healing technology during this event. So it's amazing just also to see how, science and consciousness are really blending now. And and allowing us to bring these healing technologies to the world and to support people in healing. And we know actually that this product actually allows us to connect into the pineal. When you put this on your body, it sends a signal to the pineal, which opens up to the divine and the fifth dimensional healing. So yes, we are our own healers. We know that we have the power to heal ourselves. And even Kimberly, I know in her class was talking the other day, and in her book, Awakening to the Fifth Dimension, she talks about healing from the fifth dimension. You can't heal from the third dimension. But when we are in that place and we choose the fifth dimension or higher, that's where we hold the vibration of healing and divine perfection. So this product is really allowing us to connect with that and hold that healing frequency, because sometimes people, oh, I'm better, and then they get worse again. Well, because we're still kind of going in and out of that vibration. So this is a supporting product that allows us to continue to hold that vibration and heal from, the divine.
Beautiful. And a lot of our global peace tribers are using it. It's X39. It comes from a company called LifeWave. You can't order it online. You find someone like Krista or one of our many people in Global Peace Tribe or myself who can show you how to get these. But I've got it. You can't see it because it's on the back of my neck.
Yeah, you can wear it on C6. They're actually clinically tested to be worn on acupressure points. So I would say the other thing too is, again, like Tangela said, so many people coming together and realizing how many people haven't been to an event like this or don't have community yet. So I'm just so lit up seeing that the community is coming together and supporting those that are newer on their awakening journey as well. It's absolutely beautiful, and just it's lifting my spirits. I mean, I'm feeling light and higher, and I'm finding it easy to get into my meditative states when I'm in my room at night. And it's just like being in the vibration of this is just, I'm excited to see what's going to appear this week in my life too, just because I know this really lifted my
Everything
spirit.
is so lifted.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And may this vibe come off to all of you.
Yeah.
Sending it.
We're sending this incredible, we're blessed. We got to come together geographically, but we're sending this out to our beloved global peace tribe.
Exactly. And I think that's what's just been so amazing about this event. And my beloved Charlie and I also did a talk and activation yesterday where, we worked with everyone in the room to really bring in these energies, these cosmic energies, and connect to the divine. And then really together bring all of this energy of healing and unconditional love, compassion, harmony out to Turkey and Syria, where they're, having these horrible earthquakes.
33,000 people.
Exactly.
That's a small city.
Exactly. So it's just like, to Turkey and Syria, to, the war-torn areas of the Ukraine, to the slums and the homeless areas and encampments here in LA and around the world, to the mental institutions, to the prisons, there are all of these areas of despair, suffering, grief, angst around the world. And, when we are coming together as this high vibrational, high frequency community with open hearts and full love and compassion, we are able to then harness all of this love and energy we bring together and to bring it to each of these people around the world. And they may not even understand or know what is happening around them, but suddenly there is a wave of upliftment and love that is shifting, that is shifting. And we are probably able to do that and create that together in every moment. So,
yeah,
and I just want to connect with all of our beautiful Global Peace Tribe, community and team here with us, tuning in today through Facebook, live here on Zoom, and catching the replay, and just taking a minute, all of us, to connect, hearts open, heart to heart, soul to soul, just remembering the beautiful divine beings that each one of us are, connected in cosmic unity, connecting to divine source energy above, connecting to Mother Gaia below, and feeling this golden bright light of our cosmic beings reverberating across the universe. Feel this light together, all of us, reverberating unconditional love, peace, harmony, and beauty to our brothers and sisters in Turkey, Syria, Ukraine, all of the hospitals, prisons, mental institutions, homeless encampments, all over the world, feel the depths of despair and grief and angst. And let's share our love and compassion and commitment to one another in unconditional love and unity. Let's open our hearts, embracing each one of our brothers and sisters, human, animal, plant, mineral, cosmic, galactic, embracing this infinite oneness of who we all are, knowing that together we are uplifting the vibration of this planet and bringing joy to each one around the world. Send our love, send our peace, send our blessing together.
Oh,
What a beautiful prayer.
thank you. And she's amazing, and God has blessed her. Did you see that good-looking guy in the back? Come on over, Charlie. If you've been seeing this good-looking guy kind of in the background, that's Charlie, and that's her beloved. So come on in, Charlie. You can take my seat.
One comment, and then I think I just want to also acknowledge, like after that, Panjila, I mean, that just is an example of how when we come together, like how in our hearts we are. So what a beautiful prayer for all of humanity. So thank you,
Exactly.
and your example. And I just wanted to acknowledge, you know, what you have done and what Scott has done to bring community together. And I mean, it's really soul search this past year that really allowed me to step into my light.
That's how I met you.
And then
Soul
that's
search.
me up to, you know, the relationship I've had with Scott and this beautiful tribe. So I'm just so grateful for all of us. And I'm excited to announce sometime soon to some of the things that I'm bringing around community.
Tell us right now. Tell us right now.
Well, okay.
On the spot. Yeah.
Well, Anami is the name of a company that I started about 3 years ago, but it's really been lying dormant through the pandemic. And it really was started when I became a certified epigenetic health coach, where I wanted to bring epigenetic coaching to the masses, you know, and allow it to be scaled so that everyone can access it. And so when we were doing that, I realized that there was just a lot of moving parts and, you know, pieces to that, because it's not just aligning with our unique DNA blueprint through the physical DNA and the health part of the DNA, but it's also clearing the lineage, clearing the things that are in the DNA that are holding us in patterns and trauma and behaviors and things like that. So that platform is really now speaking to me to bring it to life. And it starts with my own coaching, but there's so many other facets of it where we want to create a community around healing from the inside out, and from aligning with our unique DNA blueprint so we can be limitless in health, wealth, and love.
Beautiful.
So Anami actually means human, which is, of course, us, our beingness, right? And then Anami, the Sanskrit word that means the ever-evolving plane or the higher levels. So this is about the higher level human.
Wonderful.
So stay tuned in 2023. It's really going to be launched. And
Now I can't even access my computer right now.
But I also,
What I will do is at the end of the show, I'm going to take people to everybody's websites. I'll take people to Soul Search. But remember, right now you can find all these people at Soul Search. Just go
Exactly.
to soulsearch.io. Soulsearch.io. You can find Krista, you can find Charlie, and in a moment we're going to bring up Joan of Angels,
who's also one of our
who's
amazing
also one of the
soul
most
searchers.
amazing people. So
Thanks, Krista, so much as such a beautiful example of someone really, you know, answering the call, you know, knowing that you have these divine gifts. And it's such a beautiful example because all of us have these divine gifts, these supernatural abilities. Our divine connection is infinite. And each one of us has the ability to channel the divine, to, you know, tap into our telepathic abilities or psychic abilities, and really help humanity in whatever way we are meant to. And so Krista, following her soul's calling, and I'm so excited that she was just been part of our Soul Search platform, bringing forth her gifts as a psychic, a medium, an epigenetic health coach, and helping to educate our whole community about DNA and activating all of these higher strands of DNA. So
Right.
congratulations,
Yay.
Krista. Thank you for sharing your gifts with
Thank
the
you.
world. We're so
Thank you,
lucky to have
Angela.
you.
Yeah.
now, before Krista leaves, one thing I want to say too that's interesting for everybody to recognize. Both Krista and Tangela, it's not like they've been doing this their whole lives. I mean, on one level, we all have, right? But, Crystal left the shoes in the corporate world. Tangela was working with the military in Saudi, in Afghanistan, right? I mean, it's, so at any age, there can be an awakening. And usually the awakening comes with a health crisis or a big shift in reality. Like we have an existential crisis, our marriage ends, we have a health crisis. But then we come through that chrysalis and we literally go from being the caterpillar to the butterfly. And so, we look at Tangela and Krista and they're so radiant and amazing, but they've gone through quite a journey to get here. And I'm saying that because I want to acknowledge any of you watching, no matter what age you're at, you can still have this opportunity because that's what's happening now. We're all awakening and we're all on our own pace and we're all in our own unique journey. We all are awakening. We are the microcosm, and as I was with the Twin Ray a lot this weekend, and they were reminding me that our cellular structure is an exact to the stars. We have about the same number of cells as there are stars, and as within, so without. And the point is, we're all awakening as individuals. And so Krista and Charlie and Tangela are wonderful examples. And you look at them, they're gorgeous, they're beautiful, they're radiant, but they went through a lot to get to this place. So I just want to acknowledge that.
Well, thank you, Scott, for acknowledging. And yes, and we're all awakening and rising together in community. And that's what's so beautiful too, is that, we don't have to do this alone, and we're not doing it alone. We're actually so connected and we're supporting each other in every way possible. And also we're supporting our whole soul family around the world as we are awakening together, as humanity is awakening. We're all here for one another, and just growing this tribe together is so beautiful and exciting.
Will you be willing to let Joan of Angels to you? All right, so Charlie, go sit next to you, beloved. We'll bring up Joan of Angels.
Love you.
Love you.
Here she is, another wonderful.
Here we go, our Oracle of Ancient Wisdom.
Beautiful angel in Brinkley. Yeah.
I have seen lots of pictures of you. I've heard your voice on panels.
We even have Jasmine Bear. It's like meeting everybody.
Good to hear.
So Tangela, introduce you.
Oh my goodness. Well, Joan of Angels needs no introduction here. She is one of our favorite soul searchers, although we have so many, but Joan really has a special place. She is an oracle of ancient wisdom. She channels the angelic and higher realms. She can fluff your wings to help you remember the angelic being that you are. And she's also a visionary spiritual artist. And she has a beautiful offering now where she actually paints and creates an artist rendition of your higher self. So that you can be, really connected to that higher self of who you are. And that's really what Joan is all about, helping you to remember who you are, truly. Right, Joan?
I love hearing myself through her eyes. I came in this life, guys, I'm sending you so much love. I'm so honored to be here. To remember who you are this life, to be able to embrace it 1001%, to know without a doubt that you came here in service to some way uplift this planet. Because all of us here listening, if you're in this tribe, you're a volunteer here. You came down here with such a soul mission. And planet Earth, I think, is one of the hardest. I think this is the graduate, postgraduate degree planet in terms of difficulties and challenges and navigate. And just raising your frequency then is an art form, right? So I'm just happy to be here, guys. And I love that my job here is to help, as Tangela says, to pluck your wings, but to help you remember your assignment, literally, like what you came here, those gifts that are within your heart that allow you to shine. All Tangela and I and Charlie do is we shine with the gifts we have, and we go with those instead of the ones society told us to do. And coming out as an angel, coming out as a high spiritual being is an art form. It's like embracing your body, mind, and spirit to align it. And that is the miracle.
that is the bliss, right?
Yeah, because
Mhm.
we're having that alignment and that divine connection is what it's all about. And we just forget.
We just forget it was designed for us to forget. They didn't come down here and they say, oh, you're welcome to planet Earth. Here you are. These are the rules here. This is what you could expect. And we've assigned you to a more difficult family just so you could learn those lessons. Don't take it.
Don't take it personally. Yeah, okay.
Because you had the roughest childhood. Do not take it personally, because we all had assignments, and some of us had that because we needed to get tough. We actually needed to one day embrace who we really are.
Yeah.
So remember that it's not where you came from. That was what molded you into who you are, and to shine your brilliance for about, just like your beautiful third eye adornment. We're here to just shine our brilliance, guys. I love these two. I've watched them over the last few months falling in love, shining each other's, but I probably shouldn't say that, but shining each other's light and asking each other to step into their highest self. It's like, no, I don't want to be in a relationship with that one, just leading with the worst. Let's lead with the best, and I think these times call for us to do what we came here to do. This is a time to shine and lead with our best self.
Exactly.
So stay here. I'm gonna do what, but we've got Zinka, who's only got 5 minutes, so stay right here.
Okay.
Zinka, come on up.
I just met Zanker.
This is
Yeah.
She's here, this is where the high five party.
Other amazing soul searchers, Zenka.
Zinka can only be here for 5 minutes. We're gonna do an entire show with Zinka, an entire awakening world on March 1st. But Zinka, tell us about what you're doing.
Yes, we are up to another crazy experiment at LightNet, and we're doing a mini harmonic convergence. So this is an idea that Altair had. He's like, well, you're doing contact teams of 8 to 12. Why don't we do 100 at a time and see what happens? And I said, okay. So he lives on an island in Japan. He's got one of the most unusual brains in the entire planet. It's permanently on Schumann resonance. It's in resonance with the environment that we live in, the earth itself. And he's also, he's been awakened since he was 2 years old. He studied every single religion on the planet. He's the kindest, most loving guy. He's very humble, but he can call events and objects into reality. Call dolphins to the shore, ships that 30 people see, upwards, things like that. And he believes that we can all do that. And he wants to show you techniques, how to calm your nervous system down, how to open yourself up, how to expand your understanding of what's possible in your life. So we look forward to you joining this. It's contact100.org. It's 2 weekends. So we're going to meet in the middle of the night, just kind of shake things up in your life, and so that you can really be present for it. So it starts at 10 o'clock at night, ends at 1 in the morning here on the West Coast. It's Friday and Saturday night, and then the next weekend we're going to integrate. We're going to keep you guys as a family. You're going to be on the new beta platform at LightNet. So you guys are going to get to know everybody, and you're going to get your entire Vedic astrology chart. Not only is this going to guide you in your life, it's going to guide you in this contact experience. So,
and I'm going to be participating in that. I'm going to be literally one of the 100. Omashar, because I can't access my thing, could you put in contact100.org? Contact100.org is where this is going to happen, where you can get the information. And what's the weekend again?
March 3rd and 4th. So in about 20 days or 19 days, we're going to do this experiment. It's going to be amazing. So as we know, it's a lot easier to cause bold realities when you do it in intentions of more than 8. That's Lynn Taggart's research. You can do miracle healing, which is mind-blowing. Imagine what is possible when we're synchronized with 100 people, spread it. We've got people from Ireland signed up. We've got people from Canada, all around the world. We're coming together in love to open our hearts, open our minds as wide as they go, and love and support each other through the process. So.
And we'll have a whole Awakening World show on March 1st with Zinka. Just a couple of days, but you better sign up, because it's a 100-person limit, and it will get filled. So I want to do this for a lot of my global prescribers.
No.
Yeah. So Zinka, I know you've got another interview,
Thank
but
you so
thank
much,
you for
guys.
jumping up.
Whoa. So just so you know, soon it'll be 1,000, then 10,000, 50,000. The power of that, and I wanted to hold that we see that happening. And this is the beginning of this expansion of more and more contact. Each and every person.
And that's really the model of LightNet and Altair. He said, you 100 are going to teach the next 10, the next 100. So this is the idea. So come as a learner, as a teacher, as a leader. So you'll know if you're one of these 100, you'll know. And this is the first group that gets to do it. He's been doing this. Again, his brain is studied by people all over the world. He broke 5 Muse headsets, you know what I mean? Because his frequency is so high. So he can really walk us through this. So yeah. Yes.
Zinka, thank you
Thank you,
so
Zinka.
much.
Check it out. Beautiful.
In terms of today, we still have Isaac Mars is here, Adil is here. So,
So I just want to tell people what I'm up to.
Sure, yeah.
Then I can open up this space for more and more people.
absolutely. Let me just tell the audience what's now. So we're going to hear from Joan, then we're going to hear from Charlie, and we're going to hear from Azil, and we're going to hear from Isaac Mars, and we're going to close out with light touch. So just want to let everyone know what's going on. Take it away, Joan.
Oh my God, guys, listen, this is the 21st year of the Conscious Life Expo, and it is now the largest of its kind in the country. And you could just feel, I mean, I feel like we're just part of this cosmic ray that's expanding, and we're bringing that to you guys. So I have a lot of things going on. I'm working with my darling friend Tangela. We're going to bring out an art program for visionary artists and help you guys kind of connect to what it's like to be a visionary and take that from here and from source onto canvas. But I have another new offering that I actually haven't even told you about. It's going to be Joan of Angels Power Hour.
Wow.
And I'm going to do it every Sunday. So go to my website, joanofangels.com. It's not, and my new website just launched yesterday.
Congratulations.
Okay, so it went from being it's gorgeous now. So if you haven't been to it, just go and sign up, because next week I'll send out an email about Joan of Angels Power Hour. Is that like, because we're going to fluff your wings, just like Tangela said.
Before or after the show, since it's on Sundays, we're here from 10 to 12.
Yes, I've already organized that.
Okay, good.
I know your schedule. I know your schedule. I was already told. But yeah,
We could lead right into you, or you could lead into.
I'm going
us.
to
What we
lead
do now.
into him.
Perfect.
I'm going to be the warm-up
Perfect.
for Scott. And guys, I've known Scott for many, many years. It's our first time.
Decades.
It's amazing that we haven't been on air together. We met years ago with some other programs, and I just thought he was the most incredible being. So to be on the show is great.
Oh, it's good.
So-
Finally had you on,
Yeah.
Joan.
It is. And you
And it's so funny because my friend Lumina, who we knew,
Oh,
Lumina's
yeah.
a longtime friend of mine. I haven't seen her in years. She's here at the expo, staying in my room actually. And then she and Joan, it's all.
It's a complete, it's almost like a circle that kind of got broken, like not broken, but people, separated
directions, they come
different
back.
tracks. And suddenly we're all together. The only person not here is your dog. But we have.
Oh, Jasmine.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
but I was feeling like that energy of completion. So the other thing, so exciting, I introduced speakers here at the expo. Every one of them's been an angel. And they keep looking at me going like, are you the mother angel?
Oh,
Are you the mother of all angels? And I don't know, what do you think, Charlie?
could be.
Yeah.
Joan of Angels. So again, what's the website one more time?
joanofangels.com.
There you go, joanofangels.com. Azil, come on, join
I
us.
love
Yes,
Azil.
Azil.
You've seen Azil on my YouTube channel in a couple of weeks. Do a show. I
Yes.
do that show with Alan. So Azil, I'm going to let you sit here.
Yes.
Thank you, Joan.
gonna give
And
you a big
Azil, I'll
hug.
introduce you.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
can't see the big hug, but
And I am so excited to be introducing Asil Tuxal to our beautiful Awakening World community around the world. Welcome, Asil.
Hi.
Asil is an amazing and powerful channel. He channels the Elohim, and he brings through extremely high frequency, powerful transmissions. really helping us to elevate our understanding of who we are as divine humans. And I've had the honor and the privilege of working with Asil. I attended an incredible retreat that he and the Stargate Experience did together in Mount Shasta. And Asil also goes around the world clearing energy in a lot of different locations. And you can actually follow him because he has an amazing team that also helps capture the work that he's doing as he's doing this grid work around the planet. So welcome, Asil. I'd love for you to just introduce yourself to everyone.
Sheila, that was pretty good. Wow. Like, not bad. I couldn't have said it better. Yeah, so our work is like my work is two-part, and one part is really transformation, the awakening of humanity or human consciousness, the evolution of human consciousness, as we are going through this phase where the energies on this earth are rising. More and more people are going to awaken. It's going to be this massive wave of millions, hundreds of millions of people waking up like at the same time. And just imagine what that's going to do to someone who has been like in the matrix their entire life. They don't have the concepts that we have or the tools that we have, which means they're going to need support. They're going to need all of you to be there for them, to say, hey, it's okay. This is just a spiritual awakening you're going through. And it is a little crazy and maybe a little destabilizing and overwhelming. But if we can bring all our practices to all of those people that are awakening, then we can hold that space. We're going to be the doulas in that sense, like the spiritual doulas of humanity's awakening. So in that sense, that's one piece that's really important, supporting humanity as they're awakening. The other piece is the energetic grid of the earth. This is also a piece, it's like, you know, the acupuncture lines of the earth that are holding the energetic space for the earth. If energy doesn't run properly across these lines, what happens? The energy is stagnant. Stagnant energy festers and turns into something darker, heavier, right? And some of the places I was being sent to do this sacred earth work is, you know, countries that are on the brink of war or in war. So I go into war zones. Countries, they had war throughout many periods of human history, where a residue of that war is still in the fabric of their field. So there is sites of global trauma, places where genocide happened, concentration camps, things like that. But I also go to nice places. So not just those like really heavy energies. We also go to like the places that we are recognizing as vortices, right? The interesting thing about my work is I would, as a human being, as a civilian, I would normally not go to, let's say, a place that is still in like war or post-war, right? Like a place like Iraq or a place like, you know, Syria. It's hard to get to these countries, and it is highly recommended not to go for a civilian. But because I have this guidance, I'm like, okay, well, I trust the guidance. I trust that I'll be fine. And what's interesting, the moment I share this with some individuals that this is the place I need to go to, people pop up with like, oh, I have this guide for you. I have this person for you. And we find the perfect right mix of people to be able to do what we need to do. Go to some of the most sacred places that are in these areas, or the places that are disturbed, where the locals even say, no one lives in that town anymore for 300 years because it's a cursed town. Can you do something about it? So I'll go to that place and do some clearings, and then we move on, and hoping and knowing that the energy now starts to move and the region starts to shift as the energies are moving. Now, this is global effort, right? So in our work, we have to also train more people to become sacred earth light keepers, right? Individuals that can go to these places and hold the light and do the clearings, just the way I've been doing them. But, you know, a country can have hundreds of sacred sites or sites of global trauma, right? So now imagine times, 150, 200 countries. It's a lot of sites to go to, including places like Antarctica and so on.
Mhm.
And in our work, there's two pathways. There's pillars of light, as an individual becoming a pillar of light.
Mhm.
And the second path is as an individual becoming a sacred earth light keeper.
Mhm.
And these are complementary paths. And we believe that human beings that are on this path will become better human beings, being human beings of great potential. This is what we want everyone to become. And we're going to need as many as we can for what's coming.
Sure. Where was the last trauma location that you visited?
Some of the last trauma locations that I visited were, so the last expedition that I did was in Greece, and there was some big wars that happened in Greece.
Yeah.
Right? It's now this beautiful touristic vacation location that everyone likes to go to. But in the fabric, if you look deep enough beyond the layers, there is like incredible things that happened where, tens of thousands of people or hundreds of thousands of people clashed against each other. And like Roman wars, Byzantine wars, Ottoman wars, like all of these things are in the fabric. So I would go to a lot of these places, including the places of the ancient gods, right? Like Mount Olympus,
Sure.
to the Oracle of Delphi, like having actually a channeling with the last oracle that lived. It was just epic.
Yeah.
Epic.
Wow.
Going to the birthplace of Apollo and Artemis, which is the Delos Island.
Oh, wow.
It's an island where gods are born. So humans were not allowed to give birth on that island. It was full of temples. It's just this mind-blowing, thing that I wouldn't know if I wouldn't be guided to go to these places.
Sure, sure.
On our next expedition will be to Bosnia, Serbia, Croatia. So the Balkans are like the next step of really doing clearing and activations.
When is that happening?
That's going to be in June.
Okay, and can people follow you online as you are doing some of that work there, or
So-
how is that going to work?
There's a small portion that we share online.
Okay.
But what happens is we're basically shooting everything in 4K with drones and like
Wow.
really high quality production.
Sure.
And then we're gonna create episodes that we're gonna release as Sacred Earth episodes. People can follow alongside with meditations and guidance for them to experience that.
Okay, beautiful. And what is your website, Asil, so I can put it
Yeah,
in?
so it's very simple, asil.to, and you'll land on our website. And we are going through a rebranding, so that will change probably like in a week or two. And if you are interested in my most recent channeling that I did here at CLE with a special offer and a special meditation, it's CLTO/CLE.
Great. And
If you sign up there, we'll let you know about the next things that I have.
And you do weekly transmissions as well of the Elohim, or regular transmissions?
We definitely have monthly transmissions with the Elohim, and then we have a whole membership program and courses that are coming up. So there's a lot there that people can already do.
Wonderful. So that's exciting. And we're going to have Asil back again with Scott for the Awakened World.
Absolutely. I would
Yes.
love to have you back.
And I just love what we're talking about with the planetary healing, because I feel it does so much of that work, this grid work. And then Charlie, you've also been doing this grid work around the United States and the homeless encampments and all of these locations as well. Do you want to just talk about what the importance is of this grid work?
Well, yeah, well, it's important to know that we're each kind of have our own grid that we're working on, right? Like we are each our own earth in an essence, right? So we can't just depend on somebody else already did that light work.
Right.
So that's already done. It doesn't work like that. So a lot of us now, you'll find, especially the people that are awakening the last few years, are being moved around like on a chessboard by our higher selves. Like, and so like this grid work, whether you know it or not, is being done by your higher self. But now it's beginning to come down into the conscious awareness where you can really be aware of what's happening and you can really feel it. And the more you say yes, your higher self is asking you that question in your nighttime sojourn, and you keep saying yes, you get empowered to do this work. All right. And I know on the West Coast, there's been a lot of work on the, on the San Andreas Fall, working with the elementals. Gaia has been having us having me especially, but to project that out there she's like, I'm rising, ready or not.
That's right.
Ready
It's
or
happening.
ready or not, if you guys don't want to do this, my elementals will. So it's like, when things pop up, it's to know that you actually have the gifts and you are empowered to diminish big hurricanes that are forming in the ocean, and with good meditation. And these are the things I can tell, like Azil and people are bringing back to the thing. And all you need to do is experience it one time and pray to on your Doppler radar, you see a storm forming, you just pray for those elementals, empower the elementals to diminish so that they don't need to do all the work. And you'll watch things, magic happen almost, right? And it's like, and it's powerful. Right now we're going in, this is the 2023, the way the angels speak to me is this is a year of purity. All right, they say the goddess of purity is like the elected master over the earth right now this year. And this is going to be a lot of forgiveness. For the last 20 years, here we are at Conscious Life Expo, where the truth tellers really became prominent, the whistleblowers and things. But we're going into an age where Gaia is saying, like, but that first wave that got the impulse to see the truth now is required to move into forgiveness and love, and not to condone anything that comes up in the shadows, but we need to move past. And then she's going to give the impulse to the next wave, like Azia was talking about. And this is where, like, now hundreds of millions of people are going to start seeing it, and they need us to show them how did we get over the judgments and things like this for the shadows that we created ourselves. All right, and now it's this is the phase that we're at. It's going to be a big year. The next 2 or 3 years is going to be like,
oh man,
it's going to be something.
It's building up.
It is strong, right?
Because Daniel Brinkley is in the house.
Thank you all
so much. Thank you guys.
And thank you too.
Oh, yes.
Having all of that.
You're amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Scott, I was
You're here for today, tomorrow? Let's later, like it's happening.
And for all of you, just feel free to join us again on soulsearch.io. You can always stay connected with us on there, and so beautiful seeing all of you guys. And Charlie is also opening a group on Soul Search called Awakening to the Call. So we'll continue these discussions together. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Angela.
Let's do an angel show with
Absolutely.
Theo and Joan of Angels. Charlie. So.
You got it.
And
hey, everybody, I'm coming back. Right there. We're bringing up Daniel. Daniel, when you and your friends are ready, but I'll take your time. Wow, isn't this fun?
Awesome.
I'm gonna bring up Omashar for a second. I have not been able to
see all the chat, I know.
The chat, so catch me up. What do I need to know?
Nothing really. There was a wondering if Twin Ray were going to turn up today.
Here's what's happening with the Twin Ray. I've actually spent a lot of time with them this weekend. They were going to be on the show, but then they had people request a time to go into healing. So they added to their already amazing agenda exactly the time of our show, doing a healing circle. So they are right now doing a healing circle, sending energy up. I'm going to do an interview with them later this afternoon, which I will play on a future show. But they gave me a Twin Ray t-shirt, and they gave me one for Jasmine Bear. I had 45 minutes just with the Twin Ray yesterday, and I will share some of the amazing wisdom that they imparted. But, since we've got Daniel with us, and we've still got Isaac Mars is here, and Daniel's got a whole story. Come on up, Daniel, bring your friends. And we've got Isaac Mars still. Daniel, have a seat, bring up your friends.
Oh, I want to sit here.
You want to sit? Well, okay.
It's you about this.
All right, so let's see. Now, do we want to put your friends up in the foreground?
I want to put them in front of them.
Okay, all right, so we'll bring that in, and then we still got Isaac Mars.
And then I need you.
Okay, I'm right here.
You
Is Michelle going to be here?
Aren't you? No, you're sitting here.
I'm sitting here, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, one of my oldest friends, Daniel Brinkley. We first worked, I was a producer on a show called The Other Side, daytime talk show, NBC, and Daniel was one of our star guests. Omashar will be back to you a little bit later on in the show. When I think of the Whole Life Expo, I think of Daniel Brinkley. You have been the keynote, the main attraction. And there's been there was the Whole Life Expo, and there's the New Living Expo, and this is the Conscious Life Expo. It's basically our tribe coming together. And Daniel has really been like such a big part of the draw for so many years. But then he was telling me that 75% of the people that are here, and it's the largest attended expo ever. And he was telling me 75% of the people here are newbies.
Brand new, never been before, the largest one in years. I have been through this with Quicksilver from when he had to get 3 mortgages on his house and he had to float those mortgages so no one caught him, to put these shows on and to watch the success in the 20th year of him doing this and to seeing the new people that are coming in and being involved in it and looking at the cross section, it just makes me really, really proud, Scott. And we are old friends, you know, you and I are old friends. And when you reached out to me about reaching out to the tribe during the pandemic, it would be something naturally that you would do. It's just who you are. And you know, all the mind reading, raising the dead stories, you filmed all that stuff. You know me, psychic mind reading crazy.
So now real quickly, I was just gonna remind you, now you all saw Robert Quicksilver's son, who's co-producing the festival. He was on the Awakening World last week, Sahaj. But with Daniel, he's had multiple near-death experiences and came back with gifts. And I've watched him take people who are terrified to die, afraid, believing there was no life after death. Daniel, I've watched him hug, and hug lasts a long time. And he takes people up and shows them, I like to call it the astral plane, it's more commonly known as heaven. Shows them the multidimensional bit self. Yeah.
One of the parts of heaven, once you psychologically and in reality free yourself from the physical dimension, changes your perspective. Okay, and depends on where that person is and how much energy I have, I can pull them into that realm because I know it so well. So what was so fun today is when you saw last night, I was going to be here. I have loved being a part of these expos and would see Daniel. Why? Well, why? Because this. I have recruited hospice volunteers and brought people to hospice in palliative and end-of-life care from these shows. And I built the Twilight Brigade out of the show, all these shows. I have recruited thousands of people into caregiving and hospice in VAs and affected millions of people in about palliative and end-of-life care and about the divine nature of who we are as great, powerful, and mighty spiritual beings with dignity, direction, and purpose. And I will argue those points against anybody, anywhere, anytime.
And again, we are.
Every one of us is this, to exist in this plane at this time, to be here at this time. You are a great, powerful, and mighty spiritual being. Those are attributes that you've attained. You are a spiritual being with dignity, direction, and purpose. And you would not have gotten here at the birth of an age if that wasn't the factors by which you came. You are the best of the best. So in reality, in the deepest nature of the spiritual world, there was only one thing that can go wrong with a spiritual being. It allows something to affect its dignity, which skews its direction and its purpose. Well, what Scott tried to do with the peace group is to give in the pandemic everybody a place to hold on to that loving point of view of sitting in our living room, talking it over and being a part of it in the music and the poetry. So in the course of an event, Michelle was stuck back in that corner. She's an expert in branding and creating ways, and she's clinically minded, but she's drawn spiritually to things that happen in reality. And so
thank you, Michelle.
Yeah,
we all need a Michelle.
Exactly.
We need a lot of Michelles.
And so I came across Chris. So the story was this. This is funny because it's easy for you to get it, Scott. But his partner in working with herbs, because he's Ayurvedic medicine, and he's an energetic healer, he just hasn't realized that.
Okay.
And his partner stopped one day and said, and came and said, Ashley said, she said, Chris, your father's trying to communicate with you. Father's trying to communicate with you, and you need to do something about it. And he said that to Michelle, who I've known her since she was born, said to Michelle, and Michelle said, well, you need to talk to Daniel. Okay.
I think I see where this is going.
All right. So the point that was the PowerPoint was it was about forgiveness. Okay. Everybody has reasons for why they forgive. And it's in 3 categories. If you forgive somebody, it sets up a system of rules for you to be judged or to judge yourself. And which one of those you choose as the reason determines so many things that affect your daily life. Okay. So when we sat down this morning, and I'll do this fast because I want to see Dale, but when we sat down this morning, Michelle had told me, and I said, okay, let's see. And forgiveness is easy to read in the record because it's categorized in 3 reasons. And the reason why Ashley told him that was forgiveness was important in who she is in his everyday life, of helping him understand the medicine, helping him heal through life's traumas and the stuff that everybody goes through, and then to realize finding a way to be a healer. Okay, so we have forgiveness and healing. So I just listened to the sound of his voice, and I went to the record and I read the record, and I said, okay, this is what it's about. Okay, and then now, before I would like to get Chris to interact with you being the interviewer of that story, and do it fast.
Well, Chris, I've noticed an emotional response going on, you know, and I heard Daniel say something about your father. So have you had an experience with Daniel supporting you of forgiveness around your father?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, the backstory is my father died, a few months ago. And so when he passed away, I felt there was like unfinished business that was never dealt with. And so I just felt like I needed to communicate with my father somehow and see what's going on. And so I chanced with Michelle and Daniel, it happened. And he was able to tell me what was going on. And, I was ready for forgiveness, and he told me another story that needed to be done to move forward and extend and learn, create healing for everyone else around me and my family, and help others too. So it was
And
really
set
great.
him free.
Yeah.
How's your heart feeling?
It feels very calm now. The stress is gone. I have the answer now. So I'm at rest. I'm calm now. So it's really good to have that.
So Daniel kind of went into the record, spoke to what took place with you and your dad, and then was there actually an experience of you feeling the spirit of his father?
No.
They were just reading the record.
Everything's in the record. He was an asshole.
Yeah, it was. The funniest part is,
Don't mention words.
Oh, sorry.
the funniest part is that he's totally right. And so when he said what he said, as we were talking earlier, I couldn't stop laughing. I'm like, you hit it right on the button. We all have different relationships with our parents.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whether it could be a good relationship or bad relationship. I love my dad. Not necessarily didn't like him too much what he's about, but hey, he took care of me. He raised me, and Daniel told me what it was about. I said, you know what? You're totally right. Let me go around.
It's in the record.
Yeah.
Okay, but remember, the power that we're listening to is forgiveness. The power is forgiveness and understanding the rules in this existence about how this forgiveness works and how it measures you. It can be measured by you. Okay, and so the way that this happens is this: whatever field he's in, which is always my measure of everything, it has to do with healthcare. I've never moved. Battle for the souls of humankind will be fought in healthcare. Okay, never said anything but that for 47 years. All right, so I'd like to introduce Chris and who he is to the tribe, because it's Zoomable.
Absolutely.
And I'd like you to know a little bit about him, so that if it connects with you energetically, that another methodology from the tribe becomes accessible to we who are healing ourselves on many levels. So beautiful.
So welcome. This is the Global Peace Tribe. We've
you.
done 500 shows
So much.
since the start of the pandemic, and these are mostly healers. They're the people that would be at the Conscious Life Expo, but weren't able to make it to the
Great.
Conscious Life Expo.
Great. And I love every one of them.
Yeah, so my story is conventional medicine failed me. I was given two options in my lifetime, which was surgery and medication. And I was a victim of someone with a situation of surgery that was promised to work the rest of my life. And what happened was it was caused me devastation. In my 30s, I cried because the doctor was like, this didn't work. And I was like, you told me it was going to work. So I figured, okay, I noticed that when we see doctors, we're embedded in our mind that they know every answer.
Right.
We consider them
The ultimate
God.
authority figure.
Yeah, ultimate authority. So what they say is good. And I was raised like that. And to go against what he said at that time, I was so scared to even branch out and say, oh my God, let me try another alternative. And that's when I got into meditation. And that's when I got in, I'm going to figure this out. And that's when I got into alternative medicine, integrative medicine. And I'm going back to school and I ended up starting Ayurveda and functional medicine. And I've learned the body can heal through proper digestion, proper food, proper herbs, and supplementation.
Proper prayer.
Yeah, and there's three bodies, the spirit body, the mental body, and the physical body. If we learn to line all three, we can completely heal the body. And so I went on this branch and I ended up just loving everything about it. And so I ended up studying Ayurveda. I'm going to complete my doctorate in the next few years in natural medicine, and I love it. And there's every herb for every ailment in the body, and it's very exciting. So I, for one, know that I can heal my hip. People know I had a hip injury. And when I was told I was not going to be able to run again, do all these things again, I was like, I'm not going to take that answer. I was like, there's no way. So getting in this field, I've met so many great people, and it's opened up the door to different modalities, different types of healing, spiritual healing, going in your past lives, learning about generational trauma. And so I've been on this path to heal, and it's been amazing. And so I decided to form my own practice. It's called Advanced Veda. And I work with another great doctor.
Do you have a website?
Yeah, it's advancedveda.com.
One second, let me put it in the
This is
new
the skills that Scott.
What is it?
Advancedveda.com.
Veda?
Yeah, VEDA.com.
Okay.
It's not up yet, you guys. It's under construction, but it's okay. I work with another great doctor, Dr. Madhavi. She's amazing. She's a yoga teacher, a chiropractic, and a functional medicine doctor. We work together, come up with the greatest plan for people to help them heal. And so I'm still on my healing mission myself. My goal is to help others heal. Because remember, conventional medicine, when you see a doctor, most of the time they're going to give you two options: surgery and medication. There's a billion other options out there, and everyone can heal. And so I want to spread that and help everybody else out with pain, whatever it may be, digestion, whatever it is, to help people heal.
Beautiful. I'm going to go to Danion's, the website that we want to make sure everybody knows about, which is Danion's, and it's lightstreamers.com. There it is. See, it shows right up.
Yeah, Mr. Mevin.
All right, so here we go. To learn more about the amazing work that Danion's doing, you go to lightstreamers.com. I'm going to click where it says take me to Danion, and that's where you can learn all about Danion. And again, if you don't know, there's so many parts of Danion's life. There's the books that he's written, best-selling book. They made a movie out of his life called Saved by the Light.
I'm now a Turner movie classic.
Oh, congratulations. Did they color? They didn't have to colorize you, though.
Well, probably, it's that old.
You can learn all about Danion, but the most important thing is his hospice work. And his hospice work is so beautiful. You've worked personally with over 30,000 people now?
No, I've been with 2,013 people going from this world to the next, and 353 when they were taking their last breath. And I have more than 34,000 hours at the bedside.
That's what it's the hours, 34,000. Imagine that, you guys, 34,000 hours, 300 plus people as they took their last breath.
And been dead so many times, it's like a comedy routine.
Oh, I'm glad you're still with us.
And everybody, I think that what the joy is honoring Scott. That I ask each of you today, because Ayurvedic medicine and these energetic fields of endeavor, because when you take a look at the construction of the last medicine that we just got and how it's constructed, not all the conspiracy theories, but all that, but how is it constructed? Then you see that you're moving into an energetic world, electrical world and energetic world, as opposed to a chemical world, chemistry. How does this type of mRNA show you the electrical components of your reality? And right there is going to be the transition into medicine, into energetic medicines. And we live at the precipice of this right now. So I want to thank everybody, but I'm more important, I want to thank Scott, because he's been one of the really true, wonderful friends to this movement, to this cause. And I think I've had more fun being around Scott than I've had being around most people.
We have a good time. We have a good time. You know, Daniel, what you just said is the perfect lead into our next guest.
Absolutely.
Because Daniel represents, you know, and listen, we're both older, so we're kind of old guard. We've been doing this a long time, but there's the next generation of luminaries. And as you talk about moving into electrical being, this is Isaac Mars. Do you mind if I put Isaac here? Sure. Isaac, and I
Can I
want
stay?
yeah, stay for a minute, because I want you to hear the genius of this young man. You know, and you both have had, I mean, you've had multiple near-death experiences. Isaac had a fascinating, different kind of a near-death experience. So this is Isaac Mars.
Different kind of near.
Well,
What segue is that?
well,
Scott?
you're gonna hear it. Isaac, tell your story.
So, well, thank you everybody for having me.
Primarily here in Daniel will listen.
Yes, yeah. So thank you everybody for being here and being a part of this gathering of the Global Peace Tribe. And thank you, Scott, for doing what you're doing, because what we're doing together is we are fulfilling the prophecies. We are the prophecy ones. And in my experience, after I got the download for Unity Theory, my book, which you can find at thecrimsoneagle.com for free or love donation, when I got that download, I realized, oh my gosh, we are all one. We are unified with the universe around us. And for those of you who don't know what pantheism, I'm a pantheist. So I believe that the universe and God are the same thing.
Pagan.
And
He's pagan, everybody.
and so what I did is after my awakening to this information, I decided to set out to find the one person I thought I could use these physics to change the world in the greatest capacity possible. And now I learned a lot more, but the person I went to was Elon Musk. And I drove over 1,000 miles from Michigan, where I grew up, to Tesla, Giga Texas, and Austin. And I tried every phone number, every email, and everything was blocking me. I couldn't get through to anybody, no response. So I showed up at the front gate and I start explaining the situation. The security guards, they're all calm, everything's good. They're like, okay, well, do you have an appointment? And I said, no, I just need to get in contact with somebody because I can't get through. And they asked me for my name. And I said, Isaac Mars. And they go, you need to leave right now. And when they said that, the energy completely shifted. And I was so curious as to why. And immediately they had the police arrive because I decided, you know, negative attention was better than no attention. And I ended up in jail for this. And in that experience in jail, I was given a tuberculosis test. Well, I was a medic in the Army for almost 7 years, and I had been trained on giving tuberculosis tests. And you check it within 15 to 30 minutes because it's one of the most contagious diseases known to mankind. But when I asked why the nurse didn't come back after it was administered, the guard told me, oh no, they checked that in 2 to 3 days. 2 to 3 days to let one of the most contagious diseases known to mankind to spread around in a jail? That doesn't make any sense.
Especially being an Army veteran.
Exactly. So after that happened, I noticed that my blood pressure decreased, and my blood vessels vasodilated. They opened up. My heart rate increased to over 120 beats per minute, and I felt my heart contracting. The contractility beat harder, and it was as if they were trying to force this poison through my blood. And then the
How? I mean, what mechanism do you think they were using the zero field to energetically align that poison you said they're trying to force through your energy? Who's doing that?
So it was from the injection. I don't know if there was any.
From the TB test.
Yes, it was underneath. the
Supposed
skin.
to keep
Wait,
Right.
wait, you stay with it. I'll get it. I'll get it.
So
You don't fool me, Scott.
right. But this was a very slow acting poison. And that's what happens if you give a subdermal injection. It takes a while for your body to absorb it. And every time I ate the food there, it felt like my stomach was going to rupture and explode.
In jail.
In jail. And I started to realize that I had a pulsating mass in my abdomen. And for anybody in the medical field, that is a hallmark sign of what's known as a AAA.
Absolutely.
An abdominal aortic aneurysm. And I had all the training on this. So all I could do is, cry and say, faith unto death, faith unto death. Stop eating the poisonous food they were giving me, started fasting. And about the 4th day of fasting, I felt suddenly, after chanting faith unto death over and over again, this huge wave of healing energy come over me. And I opened the Bible, which was in my cell, to a random page, and it said, you will be tested by the poison of an adder, which is a snake. And a few days went by still, and I was fasting, and the physician asked me about my theory, and she said she was checking my mental health, but literally,
This is the physician in the jail.
In the jail, yes. And when I talked to her, she had almost no emotion. It was like a robotic person, basically. And all she was asking me about was my theory. And she made it pretty clear she understood it. She could comprehend it. And then she asked what I was going to do. And I said, well, if I can't get in contact with Mr. Musk, then I'm going to release this to the world for free. And she said, all right, we're done here. And then they took me for an EKG, electrocardiogram, to check my heart rate. And for some reason, I was shivering, and the nurse lies to my face when I tell her, nurse, this isn't going to work. Every time I'm moving my muscles, there's going to be feedback on the waveform. She lies to my face. She says, no, it's a perfect read, folds it in half and walks out. So in my interpretation, with everything that I propose in unity theory, what was happening is they were attempting any which way to get me into a low vibration, to get me to be so afraid that I would manifest my own death. But I kept saying, faith unto death, faith unto death. And then around the 9th day I was in there, I opened up.
Still fasting?
Still fasting. I think it was 8 days total while I was in there. And I opened up the Bible to a random page, put my finger down. It's Revelation 2, verse 10. It says, behold, do not be afraid, for the devil is about to throw you into prison, and for 10 days you will have trial and tribulation. Be faithful unto death, and you will have the crown of life.
I'm sorry, I missed that opportunity.
Yeah. And
I need a TB test.
yeah.
I'm going to Elon Musk next week.
Yeah. So on the 10th day, I was released. All charges dropped, no explanations. And from that point forward, I started following the path of least resistance, learning and integrating more about the 12 universal laws, or the 7 Hermetic principles. And ever since then, it's been door opening after another. And this leads me into something that I really want to share with the Peace Tribe today. That was part of my talk yesterday. And this has to do with sovereignty on the individual level and on the spiritual level. For those of you that don't know about this, there is something called the Sesta KV Act. This act dates to an interesting year, 1666, in which there was a displacement due to a pandemic in Europe. And what this act was at that time, Pope and the Vatican declared dominion over the world. All nations didn't say anything about it. So in that sense, for universal law, silence was acceptance. And then they put out this law, the Sesta KV Act, that said, if you don't report to the authorities that you are a living being, you are considered dead and or lost at sea. And this was the creation of the birth certificate system.
Maritime law.
Yeah, this is the implementation of maritime law.
Creation of corporations.
Exactly. Corporations, the root word of corporations is corpse. So when we understand
birth
that,
is where you put a boat.
Exactly.
You birth when you dock a boat, you birth.
Right. So the big takeaway, because I don't want to take up too much time, is that when we realize this, we realize that there's something called the Sesta KV Trust. And anybody who has their birth certificate name, or whatever the system is in your nation, if you're global, it's going to be a part of the Sesta KV Act. It just might be a little variation. But anybody who has their all capital name, because they treat us like capital, and all caps is what they use on all cemetery gravestones and tombstones.
Because you are a corporation.
Exactly. They have corporatized our identity. But in order to have this limiting experience here on earth, we agreed to that on the spiritual level. But here's the caveat. When they are using our name in that trust, they are making millions to billions of dollars off of us every year. And where is that money coming from, Scott? It's coming from your life force.
Your value.
It's coming from your energy field. So essentially, what I'm saying is for us to ascend, we have to revoke our name out of the Sesta KB Trust, because it's like trying to heat up a room.
Wait a minute, wait.
Yes.
We accepted the so-called evil.
Yes.
We accepted the shot to give the Antichrist to the 2 or 3 that came when we came
Yeah.
there. And we knew it would be in a system we could identify mentally, physically, spiritually, but mostly politically as the position.
Correct.
When they're using the value of our spiritual energy to wage fucking war,
Yeah.
to set off a nuclear war, which is now the conversation that's going on in our world today.
Well, I'm not going to let that happen.
Well, wait a second. This is why I'm honoring you. This is me and Scott. We're old timers.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is great seeing the two of you. I'm loving this dialogue. I love it.
Yeah, but we're old timers, okay? I'm good at this.
Mhm.
I've been fighting them suckers. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm just a little early. I got here a little earlier.
Thank you for holding that down for me.
Hey, listen, and remember, faith until divine intervention.
Yes.
Nobody dies. The whole concept of somebody dying is the craziest thought anybody. How in the world can you kill or a spiritual being die? Give me some kind of definition. If you're gonna die and I'm gonna go to hell, well, if I'm dead, who gives a crap if I'm going to hell?
Right.
And if I'm dead, who gives a crap if I'm going to heaven? But if you don't die, then that becomes an interesting prospect. But listen to me, I want to honor you. I want you to do it from this point.
Okay.
You're a corpsman in the army. And you just went through, I know what TB does in the military, and I know how fast the test goes. Then that's the divine giving you direction as a healer. Because sovereignty comes in how well you take care of yourself.
Louder, a little bit louder. People ask you to speak louder.
Well, sovereignty comes in how well you take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And I would take the quantum nature and the physics understanding of who you are, and I would focus it on the healer. Because you have that power, just like Chris. You know, I understand how the divine works based on forgiveness. So I would structure forgiveness of all the people who created a way to try to lower your vibration, to control your energy. We in this battle know this point. If you can set up a system that weakens the immune system, like what AIDS does, autoimmune, you set up a weakness. The physical body has to stay at a certain harmonic vibration in order for we, the spiritual being, to stay attached to it.
Right.
Everybody wants to be us. We don't want to be them. That's why they're all around here. And everything, interdimensional, extraterrestrial. Everybody wants to be us.
Yeah.
So if a spiritual being cannot stay equal to that vibration, which is determined by healthcare and attitude toward how you see yourself in relationship to everybody else. So what they're trying to do, and you were absolutely correct, the food that you eat has the estrogen in it. It has the system in it. It is designed to kill you, make you fat, cause pancreatic cancer. I mean, and it has human parts in it. Kraft put out a list of all the human stuff they have, mayonnaise and all of that. So I would stay in as a sovereign being. I would focus on being a healer.
Absolutely. But that's part of what I'm trying to share here.
Okay,
So, so hear me out a little bit. Okay?
I got you, baby.
So what I'm saying is essentially, if we are allowing these corporations, these dead entities, to feed off of our life force, we are leaking our energy. And that is something that we agreed to have this human experience. But in this age of Aquarius, now it's time for us to say enough is enough.
And the reason why is because they're using that life force to wage war.
Exactly.
To set up, we are contributing to killing ourselves.
Right.
In nuclear exchange for 2023, to have what's going on, in the Ukraine, and that to be happening. And the world has not put its foot down.
Right.
You sit down and you talk it through. That's
Right.
insane. So,
but this is how we are going to put up that stand and say enough is enough. We are putting our foot down, Because when we are leaking our energy to all these corporations, it's like having a room that has a whole bunch of windows and doors, and you're trying to heat the room up to 75 degrees so it's nice and toasty, but it's below freezing outside. And you have all the windows open, and do you think that room's going to heat up to 75? No. It's
Depends
not
on
gonna-
whether I was there.
Right. So that is true, though. There are these powerful beings, such as yourself, such as you, Scott, and me included. I see you in the way I see myself. We're all divine gods and beings on this planet. But the thing is, for those of us who are really indoctrinated, the thing about Bruce Lipton science and Greg Braden science is that they have shown that we, in order to shift our subconscious mind, the 90% of the power that we're creating from, is the only way to do that is through repetition. So what I'm proposing is, instead of constant repetition over and over every day, waiting and waiting until the perceived linear time passes enough to where we finally have that sovereignty without doing a simple piece of paperwork, to me, that is a waste of my energy. So what I'm doing, and what my mentor, Robert Joseph Driscoll, period, that's his quantum syntax name, which many of you are going to be learning about probably after this. When we take our name out of the Sesta KV Trust, we become part of the unity states of the world. This is a UN recognized nation that is completely covered up, that was created by the man David Wynn Miller, and he uses the same type of quantum syntax name.
He created it, he and two other people.
Exactly. And so in this
What?
system,
You know about that?
I know every detail.
Wow.
Powerful being.
Yeah, I mean, I love that you two spontaneously showed up.
No, it's
Spontaneously.
It's called Godspeed.
Yeah.
It started the same as it was based on forgiveness. All of this, Scott, started because of forgiveness. Okay, which I was gonna be on time. You know, I do what I say I'm gonna do.
You do.
Okay, but forgiveness was the issue, and that's a power. Okay, and it's measured in 3 ways. I'm trying to pull you as a healer. Because they would not have gone after your theory of unifying. You unify people based on what? Always remember, the energy that they're stealing from you is contributing to killing us all.
Yeah.
As we are waging a war in the Ukraine.
Right.
Okay. But the battle for the souls of humankind will be fought in healthcare. All right. So all I'm doing is adding old wisdom to your perspective, because sovereignty is this. Sovereignty is, I am a great, powerful, and mighty spiritual being with dignity, direction, and purpose. And I chose to be here, but I was chosen to be here. And the fact that I was chosen to be here is more important to me than all the other reasons I'm in here doing this.
Yeah.
I agreed to allow the Antichrist to come play his best hand with the same system they set up, the same thing that you're describing. It's the book of Revelations and all that, but it's like 100 other prophecies. It's Nostradamus. And
but they're all in alignment with each other.
I wrote a book 30 years ago. And I laugh at people. It was based on the notebooks that I had written in 1977 after the first near-death experience, where it was a death experience. I wrote down these boxes of knowledge, these visions. Well, anybody can go buy a 30-year-old book and they go to chapter five, and read the 12 boxes, which were at the end of the cycle, and tell me what I missed. Tell me of the 140 there, what did I miss? Okay, even down to describing the 12th box is called Technology and the Virus. And I describe in detail from 1976, all of this. So I'm asking you again.
Yes.
As you declare independence in a system that's physics, has to do with touching, has to do with manifesting.
Right.
And the identity of the collapse. If you create this for people to show them a way, but it's just them observing that, it's not your calling. Calling is toward healing. A corpsman for 7 years. That is power. Okay, when I was in the game, 2 people I made sure I knew where they were: the radio man and the corpsman. Okay, and I kept my eyes on them everywhere I ever was. Okay, that sense of trust among veterans. And you having that, that's your power of conversion. More so than the correct structure of knowing that the most powerful place in America is the post office in Philadelphia. That's the most powerful place in America. And the flag that flies above it in the system of sovereignty that you described. So I'm not trying to change you.
No.
I'm just trying to be an old man that says, hey, look, if it was about physics, go for it.
Well,
But it's about healing.
No, absolutely. But here's where I want to honor your beautiful reflection and show you that we're actually on the same page. We're talking about the same thing because it is the physics and the healing that are one. It's the science and the spirituality that are one. And this is reported through Bruce Lipton's epigenetics. This is reported through
just old friends. I know all those.
Right. So it's an issue within our field, within our energy that manifests on the physical as these other symptoms of illness or dis-ease. So for me to be in my healer power is to speak about the physics of how to heal thyself. Because
How to be
nobody's
sovereign first.
Exactly. Nobody's here to rescue you. Nobody's here to save
Wait a
you
minute,
from your
I'm here.
Nobody's here to save any of us from our own lessons, because to me, that wouldn't even be a true savior. So this is about teaching people and sharing the
100%
knowledge about how we can step into our full potential by learning things like holodynamics from Dr. Victor Vernon Wolf, learning things about unity theory on my website, learning things about how this powerful brother is bringing his healing energy to the world just by being his true authentic self.
Scott.
And Scott.
All
And Chris, all of us.
and all of you
And
watching.
Ashley back there. All of you out there, by being your true self, you are tipping the scale toward the light. And the more that we tip it towards the light, the more fearful those that have chosen the dark become. And it's an exponential shift.
And that's where we are today.
That's where we are.
That's not
right now.
That's not a future event, everybody.
Exactly.
That's this Sunday afternoon. That's this Sunday afternoon.
I've been saying all weekend, we've been on the 99th monkey. This is the 100th monkey. It's done.
This is it.
We have won.
This is it.
Now it's all about riding the wave.
We are almost at 12 noon, and I promised some light touch, and I promised some music with Omashar. And what an amazing conversation, right? You guys are even wearing the same color.
Yeah.
Well, you need that energetic pattern. His is a little brighter.
It's a little brighter. He's younger.
Younger.
He's younger. We're a little bit more, we got a little more gray, a little bit more.
What? We're just old as hell. and listen, and with Mr. Day, hey everybody, I love you with all my heart. And I wish you were here. I wish you were here. And the fact that you can't be here, I am so thankful to Scott for keeping this alive for over 500 shows. And the 2 new people I get to meet because of forgiveness as a power. I'm thankful to the divine force and how it operates. And I'm thankful for each of you.
Daniel, I love you so much. Thank you for coming up.
Come on.
Michelle, thank you for what you're doing in the world. Chris,
Everybody
make sure,
have a wonderful day.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm gonna put my website in the chat real quick.
Send me,
Get a hold of.
Daniel knows how to get a hold of it.
Everything that's about Scott. You got any healthy bars in here?
So I just put my
You need a
website
health
in the
report?
chat.
Absolutely. Go ahead while I get him
Yeah.
set up.
So for those of you who want to learn more, know that I am not fully an expert on the sovereignty process. I am still learning, but my mentor is helping me and guiding me through that. And if any of you are interested, come out to Sedona or reach out to me through my website, through my email, through even social media such as Facebook and Instagram, and we'll get you set up. We will take care of the live life claim process. And if anybody wants to learn the physics of unity theory, check out my website, thecrimsoneagle.com, and know that I am here for all of you. I am here to bring our brothers and sisters together. And I want you to know that you all are worthy of being the unconditional love that you truly are deep within your hearts. So thank you for all being here and sharing this beautiful moment. Thank you for being you. And I look forward to our celebration of our great family coming back together. Much love. Such a pleasure here.
Come on, man.
Energy is so amazing.
Go ahead and take over for a moment more, Isaac.
All right. I'm gonna just share in this beautiful hug for a second though.
Oh, I didn't realize you were great. Omashar, go ahead and take over for a moment, Omashar.
Okay. Well, what a lovely scene. All these beautiful people dancing. Wow. Kind of wish I was there. What an amazing conversation. It was wonderful seeing Danyan and Isaac kind of not sparring, but definitely sharing their opinion with each other. I really like that. And I love what Isaac has to say, especially about sovereignty. It's really important. And here's our fearful leader now, Captain Scott.
This has been a very unique show. I hope everybody's enjoying it. I'll look forward to reading what's in the chat. Pop in the chat if you enjoy a show like this. It's so spontaneous and not quite so directed with guests. I'd love to know if you're enjoying this style of Awakening World. And I'm going to turn over to, I'm going to bring Jay on, because as we want to integrate all that we've been hearing, we can use light touch. And light touch is going to become a very big part of what we're doing together. We're going to actually start light touch practice groups online. And of course, we'll be doing light touch together at the Global Peace Tribe Retreat, which is going to happen at the end of March. So Jay and your big hat, is Jan with us today? Let me see if I can find Jan.
Just cooking my breakfast, and I'm going to not miss my breakfast this morning.
Okay, well, you know what? Take care, Danyan. Love you much.
We could just do a short invocation for everyone.
So get ready, everybody, to get out a feather or something soft. I'm sure I'll play a little bit of music. We're going to do a little light touching, integrate. Here's the thing. Really integrating, seeing that we are awakening, or we choose to see it. The awakening will be on earth. We use light touch to pray for your brain. Light touch for each other. Maximum praise. If they're not putting used to doing stuff. As I see people doing light touch, doing prayers for themselves, prayers for others. All of your blessings be blessed. Maximum grace for everyone we know. Suffering. Maximum grace. All of our animal friends. Dogs, our cat. Our ancestors. Maximum grace. All of those beings. We touch yourself. We awaken the senses. We remember how blessed we are to be spiritual beings. All these wonderful people with light touch. Just put the spotlight on each other for a minute. Either or just we calling on the blessings of Friday awakening. Bringing in divine spirit. We prayers to speak. Be through music, like Omashar demonstrates for us. So many different ways that we pray with together. Just holding each other. Your whole body and lives are just holding each other in prayer together. You'd be holding up a heart like George Noble, holding up just his heart. I love George. Yes, George. You're on right now. Looking at you. Love our beautiful global peace. So we come together. There's Jeffrey, who leads us in dance so often. Jeffrey, I never shared that. Okay. We love you. We love all the members of the global. So may we continue you every day. You can make any moment sacred blessing, whether it's through a touch, that wonderful words we do, work yielded on them. Maximum grace. Maximum grace. Maximum grace for Reverend Jeffrey. Maximum grace for Kiki. Maximum grace for Bonnie and Roger. Maximum grace for Jan Kaplan. Maximum grace for Karen Eisenberg. Maximum grace for Dia. Maximum grace for Suzanne. Maximum grace for Lynn and Leaf. Maximum grace for those of you who don't have your cameras on. Maximum grace for Jay, who turned off his camera to go eat his breakfast.
Right here.
Maximum grace for us all as I go to gallery view.
Maximum grace for you, Scott.
Thank you. Thank you. There's Jay. I couldn't find him. Maximum grace, everybody. So we're going to start light touch practice groups. I'll send out a survey this week to find out what times are best for everybody. And thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the show. And I'm going to go to Omashar to close us out.
Excuse me here. Yeah, I was sitting here the whole time waiting to do a little light touch with y'all. So I was in, my camera was on.
So I couldn't find you for a moment there, Jay.
Yeah, I'd like to send a blessing to everyone here. And if we all send blessings to each other, it starts to become exponential. Do you want to spotlight me, Scott, there?
You are spotlighted, Jay. You are spotlighted.
I just see you.
No, you're spotlighted. Trust me. You're spotlighted.
Okay.
Omashar, is he spotlighted?
Not right now.
There.
It's on speaker view, Jay. Whoever's
Okay.
speaking.
Well, I was speaking. So thank you all for being here. And it's really important. You know, light touch is an important thing because every time you do light touch, it's a prayer. You know, so if you go, if you pray, thank you for miracles for everyone watching, that's a prayer. And light touch is amplifying our prayers. So we ask that we can receive these great, beautiful blessings that everyone's offering to the spirit and for each other. And we ask to live our best lives now, to be the best versions of ourselves. And we thank you for healing and for miracle healing. A little miracle every day could really make a big difference. So thank you for blessing the awakening world, that we can reach a larger global, we're already global, but, you know, keep growing, you know, with divine light, love, and service. So thank you for blessing everyone here. And we're going to be bringing light touch to the world and daily practice. Anyone who wants to know more, just, you know, keep, you know, stay in contact with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you for bringing light touch. Thank you, Jan. Love you both. Looking forward to our daily light touch practice. It's going to start soon. And we'll be getting out a survey to see what day is best for people. And thank you, everybody, for being spontaneous. I was away from my keyboard guiding guests. It was a unique show. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to seeing people's comments, and I'll read those. And I do want us to continue doing the light touch, absorbing all that we saw today, absorbing the energy of the expo, as beautiful Omashar closes us out with the song.
We are rising, soaring, flying, living life so free. We are flowing, changing, growing, loving all we see. Contemplating everything I knew. Seems as though there's not much left that I would hold on to. contemplating what is pure and true. Sun and moon and stars and light and earth and water too. We are rising, soaring, flying, living life so free. We are flowing, changing, growing, loving all we see. Glad to know we're coming home again. Open hearts and open minds and open doors and loving friends. Look at the one who's standing by you now. Destiny is in our hands, so leave the density behind. We are rising, soaring, flying, living life so free. We are flowing, changing, growing, loving all we see. Turning to the face of those who need the light of truth to help them turn the other cheek and turn around. We lift each other up into the highest point of view so that together we can move to higher ground. Contemplating everything I knew. Seems as though there's not much left that I would hold on to. Glad to know we're coming home again. Open hearts and open minds and open doors and loving friends. 'Cause we are rising, soaring, flying, living life so free. We are flowing, changing, growing, loving all we see. One more time. Turning to the face of those who need the light of truth to help them turn the other cheek and turn around. Lift each other up into the highest point of view so that together we can move to higher ground. Contemplating everything I knew. As though there's not much left that I would hold on to.
And I love being here with you.
I love being with you too. Oh, that was awesome. Thank you.
What a trip. What a beautiful, beautiful show. So real, so intimate. And we got to see Scott's hotel room.
Yes. You got to see my hotel room. And thank you, everybody, for following the flow, being spontaneous. Thank you, Jay, for your patience. And I want to let people know next week, we've got another wonderful set of shows planned for you. And next Saturday night is going to be especially amazing. It's our kind of consistent collaboration with the Global Coherence Pulse, all about unleashing the power of the heart. And once again, Jennifer Hill and Teresa Collins will be co-hosting with me. We've got Mystical Joyride and Omashar doing music and some really incredible presenters. So make sure, and you know, we want to grow our Global Peace Tribe. So if you really like one of our shows, share it with your friends. And next Saturday, will be a really good show to invite friends to. So I just want to really let you know about that. But we'll also be doing original shows on Wednesday and Sunday. And thank you so much, Omashar. Your music really makes all the difference. It really makes the show. I'm going to go to gallery review so we can all say goodnight. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Happy
Good afternoon.
Sunday. Good afternoon.